So I had this dream about this friend of mine who doesn't speak to me anymore because she's a socialist and I am not. And the last time that I spoke with her, it's like she was telling me that she kept getting into fights with people online. And so, like, I know that she's one of those people that's, like, essentially a cyborg. And, like, her husband's in tech. Like, he used to work at Best Buy, and so he's real into, like, technology-related stuff. And he's one of those people that told me that I was going to be left behind if I didn't go along with the culture and stuff. And, you know, I had this dream about her. Let me tell you what happened in the dream. So for whatever reason, I was at a Starbucks, but it was the same Starbucks that I used to go to when I was going to AA meetings heavily. It's located in downtown Franklin, which is supposedly historic downtown Franklin. This Starbucks has been there for a long time. But there used to be a coffee shop that was right there. And then the coffee shop immediately went out of business. It was like a mom and pop coffee shop, and immediately went out of business whenever Starbucks came in. If that doesn't make you hate Starbucks, I don't know what will. But anyway, this Starbucks has been there for almost like 25 years, I'd say, like around the time that I've been in Tennessee. Because I came to Tennessee in, I think it was 1998. Yeah. Something like that. Maybe it was 97. I don't know. Either 97 or 98. I came to Tennessee. And so that Starbucks has been around almost the whole time. But yeah, I used to go to this Starbucks. And I'd go there like 3 times a day because I was totally addicted to coffee. And I was, more so than I was addicted to coffee, I was addicted to sitting outside of the coffee shop talking about my problems whilst drinking it. So I was often out there, you know, doing 12-step recovery. Because this was my identity at the time, you realize, because I was in my early 20s. And that's the kind of shit that you should do in your early 20s. Obsessed about your identity. Not the rest of your life, but in your early 20s specifically. Well, I was at the Starbucks a lot. But anyway, the Starbucks was in my dream. I was at the Starbucks. And I was in this bathroom. For whatever reason, I had like all this food. Like I had this like package of jalapenos and shit like that. It's like, what the fuck, man? But anyway, you know, there's all kinds of elements of your dream that you're just like, I don't understand this, but I'm sure there's some sort of symbolism here that maybe I'll figure out in 10 years. But anyway, so apparently I was going I don't know what I was going to. It was like a field trip. I was going on a field trip. I'm almost 36 years old, but for whatever reason, I was supposed to be going on a field trip. But I was in the bathroom. And I missed the bus because I was in the bathroom with all my packages of food. At a Starbucks where I used to be all the time. And I saw this friend of mine there that no longer speaks to me because she's a socialist and I'm not. Are you caught up? Well, that was a dream. And I woke up and I got really upset. Does that mean that she died? Because she was already dead spiritually. I hate to say it, but it's true. You know, her mom died. I don't remember when this was, maybe like 7 or 8 months ago. And I tried to contact her. And I texted her and I was like, look, I don't care that you don't want to talk to me about politics or whatever. I just want to make sure you're okay. And she still didn't text me back. So I know that she's one of those people that like she can't associate with anybody that doesn't think exactly like her. But she was already really, really arrogant before smartphone technology and social media and all this shit. So it's like, it just makes me sad. But I was thinking, I still have her memory. I still have the person that she used to be. I still have that. I knew that was going to happen. But, it does make me sad a lot of the time. And not just her, but it's like, I think about all kinds of people that I've not seen in a long time. And, regardless of the smartphone technology, it's like I've always had that sort of like intrinsic knowledge that, I just think about stuff a lot more than the average person. I feel stuff a lot more than the average person. I ruminate in that a lot more than the average person. And I used to think that it was such a curse, but now I totally understand that it's a blessing. And I've just been reading all these Bible verses about that, about how God turns bad into good. And, I really see that as such a blessing in my life now, that I'm able to appreciate these things that a lot of people just completely disregard, either because of time or because of change, like when you move away and you don't talk to the people that you used to live next to or the people you used to go to school with, it's like, I guess with these websites like Facebook and Instagram, it's like a way for you to still keep in contact with those people, but it's like, I don't want to do that. Why would I want to taint whatever idea of them I have firmly intact in my brain? I'd much rather remember them as a happy-go-lucky person rather than, yet another cyborg, somebody that has succumb to the culture. Everybody has succumbed to the culture, and so the people that I end up bonding with now are people that want to get away from that, and so it's just depressing to me to think of how many people that were formerly in my life that probably have succumbed to that, and they look at me like I'm the one that's nuts. But I don't know. It's just time. It's time. It's technology. It's stuff. People get obsessed with their stuff. And it's like, what Tyler Durden said about it. The things you own end up owning you. But apparently, according to Klaus Schwab, we'll own nothing and be happy. So, I was thinking about that. I was like, maybe there's a lot of truth to that. Maybe people shouldn't be afraid of that. I mean, I don't like the idea of the government owning everything. Obviously, that's not a good thing. But that doesn't mean that statement isn't true. Maybe we would be happy if we owned nothing. I mean, people don't own themselves. They don't own their own thoughts. They don't own their feelings. They don't own the stuff that they're capable of producing. I own my opinions and my... Ooh, a 5-0 is following me. Not anymore. He got away from you. He said she's not public enemy number one because she's giving away that Delta 8. I'm wearing a weed hat, though. So that would be really funny if he pulled me over. But anyway. That'd be cool if the weed hat got me high. Every time I wore the hat, I'd feel high. But it's really every time that I think about the Lord and I think about my relationship with Him and I think about all the things that He's done for me that drugs and alcohol just couldn't do, Not to say that drugs and alcohol didn't do anything for me. They obviously did, or I wouldn't have continued to drink and use. But, you know, God solves all problems, man.